It's monthly favourites time, and I don't know how we ended up back here so quickly. Like, is it just me, or was April a real blinking you miss it kind of month? It just feels like it has sped by. I'm filming this, you're going to see it on Sunday, but I've actually filmed this on Monday, and it feels like the first day of spring. I checked the weather forecast. It's raining again come Wednesday, but today this feels lovely. I feel very springy. I'm wearing my new vest, and I'm here to do a monthly favourites for you. Sorry, the hair is a little bit wet. We're back to half air drying, half diffusing. I really like kind of doing my hair straight out the shower, like with putting in my Way air dry foam. Back on that. I mean, I never stopped with that. I've been using that. And then I kind of tie it up, just like put it in a towel. This is not part of the video, I'm going off piece. I stick it up in my little microfiber towel just to get it out of the way. And then once I've done my routine, I did a layer of tan this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit pale, but hopefully I will get progressively a little bit more orange throughout the video. And then once I've done everything, I let it down, and I try to just diffuse the roots. I hate having wet roots, it just feels horrible, don't like it. So I kind of just do the roots, and then I leave the ends to air dry. So that is where we're at today. Fresh out the shower, feeling good, had my workout for the day already. I'm prepared, I'm good to go. I've got lots of things to talk about actually this month. Let's do body care. I wanted to quickly talk about body care, and that is this. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but the Lipid Replenishing Cream Wash from La Roche-Posay is making me feel like a baby. Quite honestly, I'm like, how have you not been in my life before? It does say even for newborns at the bottom. Mark used this today because he'd run out of his shower gel, and he was like, oh, that's really nice. Like, I just feel smooth. Just feel nice and smooth. It's not aggravating my psoriasis at all. If anything, my psoriasis is getting better. I'm trying to like pinpoint that one and work it out. I'm like, oh, what am I doing or not doing that's making the psoriasis better? Who knows? But this just feels soft, nourishing. It's keeping me clean. It's not stripping my skin. It feels particularly delightful, and I did say this in the last video, with the scrubby mitt. So today I'd say like once a week. I'm trying to get into doing this on a Sunday. That would be really good. So I'm then like ready come a Monday, like for the week. But one night I will do, or one morning, I'll do like a really good scrub, shave of the body, kind of go back to the au naturel look, and then I'll put some fake tan on when I come out. So that is exactly what I did today. This with a mitt in the shower, had a good shave, feeling really smooth, and then come out and put the Tan Luxe, the gradual. I keep mentioning that, the big old bottles, get it direct from their website. I'll link it down below for you. That is my favorite. Just a note that I have purchased this. I haven't used it yet, but it is Tan Luxe and Paris Hilton. Okay. The Future, the Airbrush 360 Self Tan Mist. So this is a leave-on mist. I think you leave it on for 2 to 4 hours, depending on how deep you want it to be, and you mist yourself. I'm pretty sure it's a clear mist. I feel like everything that Tan Luxe do is quite clear. They don't really do like guide color or anything like that. Clear mist on, pretty sure it's clear. And yeah, you just then rinse it off after 2 to 4 hours. I'm going on a trip that you would have already seen and heard about by the time you see this video on Wednesday, and it involves getting into a swimming costume 2 out of the 3 days that I'm there. So I was like, I'm not going to use a brand new tanner a few days before I go. So I'm going to stick with what I know, which is the gradual. And I love 2 layers of the gradual. That's my like ideal kind of sweet spot. So I'm going to do it this morning. I'll do it tomorrow. We're going on the trip on Wednesday. Perfect. But yeah, I will report back on this. Has anyone tried it? Just whenever there is something new from Tan Luxe, I have to try it because I feel like they never disappoint. I'm never disappointed by a Tan Luxe product. Like, who remembers the Wonder Oil? Like, so many products from them over the years I've loved. So I will report back on this and I will let you know how I get on. That's body done. Hair, we've mentioned, all the same, just a little diffuse of the old roots. Skincare. Oh wait, no, this from body. The Replica, the Maison Margiela When the Rain Stops. It's so good. This is my like perfect spring fragrance. I like on a date or by the fireplace for like autumn, winter. I like this one for spring, and then I like under the lemon tree for summer. I've got my full Maison Margiela Replica fragrance wardrobe there with like Glossier You sprinkled in, or even like layered. That would layer really nicely with this actually. It's just so fresh. I've spoken about it a million times. My bottle is completely battered and almost done. I mean, the only thing is it is pricey, but it is massive. Like the big one of this like lasts me a really long time. Although I think I've used up a little one. I haven't used up a big one yet. So yeah, love this. This is like, we're entering spring, time for my spring fragrance. This is what I want. Okay, skincare. I have quite a few skincare favorites today. Let's line them up. I feel like I'm having a real La Roche-Posay loving moment, mainly because it's really accessible. It's a lot cheaper than other things I use in my routine. And a lot of the ranges are really good for sensitive skin. Obviously, psoriasis, perioral dermatitis, like all of the above. I'm just looking for things that are very basic in a good way. So I've replaced, I can't remember what I was using. Maybe it was a CeraVe, like the Glossier Milky Oil, like the Clarins waterproof makeup remover. I don't actually like wear that much makeup these days. I feel the need to use some kind of like really hardcore, heavy duty makeup remover. So I've just been using this, the La Roche-Posay Micellar Water. Like, it gets the job done. It takes off my waterproof mascara, like leaving it on for a bit and with a bit of work, but like I'm not like needing to scrub my eyes too much. Just a very basic standard micellar water, but non-aggravating, good for sensitive skin. So I'm sure so many of you are like, Anna, we use this already. We know about this, but it's new to me. It's new in my life. I'm really enjoying it. And then this, how do you say this? Toleraine? Like that is their sensitive skin range. So I feel like La Roche-Posay, like there's so many products, and you kind of stand in front of the counter and you're a bit like, oh, I'm a bit confused. Where do I start? Toleraine is where you want to start if, like me, sensitive, dry, nothing too aggravating, anti-redness, anti-dryness, that kind of thing. This is their Dermo Cleanser, fragrance-free cleansing and makeup removal fluid for face and eyes for all types of intolerant skin. How does this say to use it? Oh, rinsing optional. Or this is like, could be pat dry if you wanted to. No, personally, it says use with or without rinsing. Personally, I like have to have the rinse in there. So I've been doing 2 pumps of this all over my face, just applying it like I would like my Beauty Pie Japan Fusion Cleanser or anything like that, all over the face, rubbed in, and then just remove it with a flannel. I've been doing that morning and evening. Skin's feeling clear, non-aggravated. And yeah, like I said, it's 400 mils. That's massive. I feel like this is gonna last me like a good couple of months, a good drugstore option. And yeah, my skin just feels fresh and non-aggravated. So like whenever I'm adding new things, I'm adding one thing, I'm seeing how it's going. Like I'm having to be a lot more, what was the word? Methodical. That is the word I was looking for. I'm having to be more methodical when I'm introducing things and really looking for things that are very ceramide based, hyaluronic based, like just very here for the hydration, here for the calming, like nothing too strong on the skin. So this has been good for that. Quick hydration break because I can tell that I'm getting ill with Ralph's cold. You know, where you can just feel it in your throat. I mean, Mark's had it for like a couple of days now. It was always gonna descend down to me. It was only a matter of time. Anyway, the Beauty Pie Super Drops. This is their brightening niacinamide. So, like I said, being very delicate, very like careful, having to really like edit down the skincare routine. But like active wise, there's like nothing particularly active in my routine at the moment. My Skin and Me has an active in it, but it's very much like there to help with my dermatitis. Retinols, Tretz, right now, not for me. Would love to reintroduce in the future, but probably not right now. But niacinamide is a calming active, and for me, I've like tested this out with everything else as like bog basic, like my normal routine, and I haven't had any reactions, nothing's got worse or anything like that. And I wanted to include this because I feel like I just have a lot of like leftover scarring-y, irritation-y, like just leftover, like my skin isn't feeling as clear as it could be. And this is really good for that. So actually, like looking at it now, I think this is working really well. I was cleansing the other day, and you know when you've had a really good facial and they've extracted like everything and all around the nose, it just feels really soft and like clear and non-bumpy. And I was like, oh, I haven't had a facial for a good like month or 2 now, and all around here was feeling really soft. I was like, I just think this is doing a good job at what I want it to do, which is kind of keeping everything clear, but also keeping everything calm, and also like brightening and reducing kind of dark spots in these darker areas. So yeah, I really like this. I just think it's a solid niacinamide. Like if niacinamide is what you're looking for, I feel like this is a very, very good choice. It basically is like water. So I apply it as like the first step after cleansing. I just put on a little bit of this and kind of splash it on my face. You have to kind of like pat it in. So I wouldn't say it's one of those like, oh, it's really nourishing. Like there isn't much of a user experience there, but the actual results are good for me anyway. More skincare, the Mecca Cosmetica To Save Face SPF 50 Plus Brightening Sun Serum. I love this. I did some work this month with Mecca on this product, which is so cool because I first picked up the like original To Save Face SPF when we were on honeymoon in New Zealand. And everyone was like, you have to go to Mecca and you have to pick up this SPF. It's so good. I used up the tube then, loved it. That was back in 2017 to 2018. We were there like over New Year's. It was so good. We'd never been able to get it in the UK. So I kind of just had to like forget about it. It wasn't going to happen. Then Mecca Cosmetica bought out some of their SPFs in the UK. You can buy them online. So you can buy the original one in like a big bottle or like a smaller tube. And then they've just bought out this one. This is their sun serum. So this is like really glowy. I've got it on now, so I don't actually need to put more on, but I just kind of want to show you the texture. It's like that. I'll just put it on my arms. It just leaves this like glass skin look on your face. This is not part of the work that I'm doing them. I did some Instagram work. I was super happy with the video that we shot. It just came out like exactly how I wanted it in my head. But yeah, it's just one of those SPFs that you put on and you're like, oh, this feels makeup-y. Do you know what I mean? Like feels like a good primary step in the, I mean, I've got it on now. Your skin just glows. It's a bit like Glossier Future Dew. I always get confused between Halo Scope and Future Dew. It's like Glossier Future Dew in SPF format. So if you're a big fan of that, you're gonna like this. If you're dehydrated, if you're dry, if you're normal, but you like a real glow on the face, I think you'll really like this. So I just had to include this because I was like, I've been using it. I got like a little bit of a preview and I've been using it for the last month and really enjoying it. So good for no makeup days. Also, whilst we're talking about glow, I mentioned this in the last video. This is so good. This is so good. If you're gonna run out and buy one thing, I would say this. If you are a Tan Luxe fan or you're just like a facial tanner fan, this from Tan Luxe, the Mist. I've had a little look around. I think it might be exclusive to their website right now. I got it as a, I mean, this is crazy. I got it as a gift with purchase when I bought my 2 large, the Graduals. This is a luminizing, self-tanning facial mist. It says to mist onto the face 2 to 3 times. I, this morning, did like 7 or 8. I personally like get my hair fully out my face and then kind of do like the face and then also like neck, side of neck, and then like a little bit of chest as well. I just go for it. Where you are cleansing so often, you're cleaning your face like twice a day, facial tanner for me is something that I have to do so much more often than a body tanner. Like body tanner, I can do like maybe 2 days running and then get a good like 3, 4, 5 days out of it, where then I might feel the need to like scrub it off and start again. But facial tanner, I'll say like most days, every other day, I do feel the need just to spray all over. I've got a really annoying bit of hair. Go in. I put it on this morning. I mean, it hasn't developed as yet, but I put it on this morning. I can guarantee in a couple of hours time, I'll look back and be like, she's glowy, she's tanned. It's just perfect. It's just so good. You could do it in the evening, you could do it in the morning. I kind of let all my skincare like sit on my face for a good like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then just pop this on. Also very glowy, but again, like not interfering, not sticky at all. Obsessed. I feel like in my makeup bag, there isn't a huge amount of change, so I'll just kind of whiz through the look. NARS Tinted Moisturiser in the shade Alaska. Pretty much as always. I would have used the RMS one today, but I'm not as tanned as I have been, and I feel like that would look that'll be a little bit too much on the face. Glossier Stretch Concealer just under the eyes and a little bit around the nose. Oh, okay, this is like brand new. Beauty Pie sent some bits over the weekend, and their cream bronzer is back. Oh, so fresh. I used the shade Goldilocks in this, but this was like a sellout last year. Very similar to like the NARS cream bronzer or even the, Makeup by Mario. Like very similar vibes to that. I'd say this is a little bit more of like a classic bronzer, whereas I feel like the Makeup by Mario is a bit of a more greyish tone almost. It's almost like bronzer, contour, like a little bit of everything. This one feels like more of a classic bronzer tone, but I mean, I love how that looks. I love the finish of that. I think it can be very subtle, but kind of built up. It's so creamy. It's just like very easy to apply. I'm always asked what brush I apply the Makeup by Mario with, and I apply that and like all cream cheek products basically with the Beauty Pie Pro Contour Angled Cheek. Like, the hair in it, lovely. Please ignore my eyebrows. I haven't seen my eyebrow lady for a really long time, and I think they've just got a bit unruly. They've got a little bit too big. And then the other night, I just stupidly was like kind of shaving my face and then shaved off the corner of my eyebrow. So if we could all just like ignore that, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, another thing from Beauty Pie, I actually did try this at the weekend. This is the Keep This 4-shade eyeshadow palette in the shade Summer Warmth. It's their first refillable pan palette. I mean, this is so a bit of me. There was a more cool toned one as well, but Summer Warmth, like, hello. Hello. I think this one is called Toasted Apricot. You know what? I applied this at the weekend with the brush that came with it. It's actually a brush. Like it's not just like a little, I don't know, like a little spongy applicator. I might apply it with the brush again. It was just easy. I mean, knowing Beauty Pie, this is like £15 or something. But like applying it with the actual eyeshadow brush. And it's good. That's why Beauty Pie is so good. They like, everything they do is so well thought out. In fact, let me find out how much that is. So the bronzer is £16.50 for members and the palette is £19.50. I mean, this is very Charlotte Tilbury-esque and that is like double the price. So yeah, just a really nice, like summery, kind of nothingy colour in the best kind of way. I love the options that are in here. I probably wouldn't wear the cream. That's the thing, I'm not really like a creamy eyeshadow person. I guess it'd be nice in the inner corner. But like these 3 out of 4, I 100% would wear. So that is a new addition. I also swapped out my mascara back to my Armani Eyes to Kill Waterproof Wet Mascara. Just fancied a little change, mixing it up. I think I need a new one of this. All my mascaras, actually I've got the Merit one. That one isn't dried out. I'm like, everything's getting to that point that it needs replacing. It's getting a little bit dried out. I have to dig out my Merit one for next month. Then for lips, I've just been doing the Ulla Henriksen lip peptide, Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. This is in the Strawberry Sorbet shade, but I don't know, I kind of fancy something different. Let me have a little look through the drawer. Okay, I've got Merit. This is their signature lip. This is the matte one in Classic. Oh yeah, just fancy something, I don't know, fancy something a little bit different. Okay, that is the finished makeup look. See, hair is almost dry already. I'm gonna throw that in the makeup bag, that one's fun. Style bits, I have one thing to kind of talk over. Okay, the St. Agni leather woven bag. I feel like I'm asked questions about this all the time. Like whenever it comes up, there's always questions. And I guess because in the UK, we can't get our hands super easily on this. We have to order it. The most asked question, can it fit a laptop in it? This is my laptop, this is my bag, and this is it with a laptop in it. So the answer is yes, it can. There's no zip on the top, like it's not a super secure vessel for your laptop, but it fits a laptop in. I mean, kind of perfectly. I tend to do like laptop in the middle, and then when I've actually like got stuff in it, I'll do like water bottle on one side. Like I'll put some bits on either side. So I'll put some bits down here and I'll put some bits on this side, just to separate things out of my bag, make everything easy to find. I just love this bag. It goes with every single outfit. I love the color of it. Yes, this is the color that's on the website. I feel like the color on the website just looks different to it here. It just looks more orangey. But yeah, this is the same one that's on the website right now. Yeah, it's held up so well. I've had it for probably about a year now. I'm like, why did I not get this before? Why did I not get this before? It's everything I want in a bag. Okay, books, TV. Let's have a talk. Have I watched any TV this month that isn't Real Housewives? No. I think I'm up to season 6. So Kim is gone. Portia and Kenya are like very much like integrated in part of the group. It's good, isn't it? I don't know. I like it. I feel like season 5 towards the end dragged a bit. There wasn't really much going on aside from like the Donkey Booty workout drama. Like there wasn't really much happening aside from that. But I don't know, I feel like I've still got some good moments to come. And the other day, it was like early on in season 6, I got to watch the white refrigerator moment. I was like sat next to Mark and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get to watch like the white refrigerator moment, like in context. It was great. It didn't disappoint. I love it. It's one of those clips whenever it comes up on TikTok, I just have to like it and laugh. Anyway, book-wise, I'm reading such a fun book. I'm reading such a good book. I love this book to the point that I like keep Mark up to date with it, and I'm sure he does not care and he's just like, pipe down. But I want to talk to everybody about this book. I feel like sometimes I pick books that are quite like hard going, and that's good. That is good. We need to like challenge ourselves and read books about that kind of thing sometimes. But sometimes you also just want like a silly book. But is this book silly? I don't know, I haven't got to the end yet. So it's called The Husbands, and I'm not giving anything away because this literally is like on the cover, but basically it's all about this woman who lives in London. She comes home one night and just finds a guy in her house, and it turns out that it's her husband, but she has no recollection of this husband. And then every time she sends a husband up into the loft or like the attic, a new husband comes down. I'm probably about 65% of the way through it, 70% of the way through it. I've like genuinely laughed out loud, because each time a new husband comes down, everything in her life has kind of changed, like her job or her friends, or I don't know, it's just, or like, yeah, how she interacts with certain people, her relationships with like her mum and her sister, like everything is like a little bit different. And she basically has to like go through her phone and like work out when she got married to this guy, like what his name even is. It's like a bit funny, a bit silly. I'm kind of worried about Mark going up into the loft. Not joking. It's just a bit funny and silly, and yeah, it's like a good salve if that's what you need right now. Like I'm looking forward to going to bed to check in to see what slapstick thing happens tonight. But then there is also like heartfelt moments, and I don't know, I feel like it's going to go to a deeper place, but we're not there yet. We're still in like funny city town, and I love that. But to finish off, 3 fashion books that I have been reading recently and absolutely loving. I might start off with the most ridiculous and most expensive, because this is a book, of course, but it's more than that. It's like, this is coffee table. I don't really know how to describe it. It cost me like £150. Like I've never bought a book for £150 before. But I was reading Ortega's Substack. This is like Christmas time actually, and she was like, I bought myself this as a Christmas present. So I too bought myself, I was like, I need a Christmas present. I too bought myself the Tibby, The Creative Pragmatist book by Amy Smilovic. It's just a beautiful book. Obviously it goes into like all the theory at Tibby about like one to none, colour maths, the colour wheel. Like it's so in depth. But it's kind of, again, like a fun book to read. Like you're laying in bed and you're just like, oh, just let's have a little read of this, and like, I don't know, it's just been fun. It's like all about have to haves. Like it kind of describes their terminology of how they talk about style, how they talk about trends, finding your own style, how we're all ultimately creative pragmatists. Like let me show you that page, because that's a good page to kind of reference. Some of us might be really creative, like this side of the scale, but some of us might be more pragmatic with our style, like this side of the scale. But we're all like sitting on this scale somewhat, because we like to express ourselves with clothing, and we have an interest in clothing. Like we are creative with our style, but we're also pragmatic, and that we want to be practical and for it to fit well and for it to like work in our everyday lives. And it's just kind of interesting how that scale works. I don't know, it's like a fun thing to read. It's so jam-packed. I've been working my way through it for months, but in a kind of just like, oh, I'm just going to dip in and dip out. It's very much a coffee table book, very much like an investment piece of books, if you know what I mean. It's not hugely accessible in that way, definitely not price-wise, but it feels like a lovely piece to own. If they ever bring out those little colour wheels, I would like one of those as well, please. 2 more books that are way more accessible and much more high street price tag. This is from Anna Cascarina. Anna, I'm so sorry if I've just butchered your last name. I've never said, it's one of those things I like see it all the time, but I've never said it out loud. Obviously when I see her, I'm like, hi Anna, and she's like, hi Anna. A brilliant person to follow on Instagram, on Substack. She's a stylist. She has so much knowledge, a really keen eye, and I love how she puts things together. And she has written a book called The Forever Wardrobe. I'm pretty sure it's not out yet, but it'll be out very soon. I got a little like preview, I've given a quote. It actually does remind me quite a lot of The Creative Pragmatist in terms of there's really lovely illustrations throughout it. It's laid out beautifully. I just love these books. Like this book, Alison Romer's book. I like her book as well. Alison Bornstein's book. Like I just love reading about style. You learn so much, and it also just gets your juices flowing. Like if ever you're having one of those moments where you are excited to get dressed, but you stand in front of your wardrobe and I'm just like, oh, I just don't know where to start. It just gets you in the mood. Like if ever I'm feeling a bit like, oh, I'll just pick up one of these books, like this one, or The Creative Pragmatist, or Alison's book, and just like, I genuinely just flipped through Alison's book the other day just because it's a lovely book to read, and yeah, it just gets you in the mood. So If you're into reading style books, I think you will really, really like this. Find your style, transform your clothes, save time and money. Love that. And then this was actually recommended to me, I feel like Sam Preston. Again, a really cool person to follow on Instagram. Highly, highly recommend her page. I feel like she mentioned it. And then when I went and got my colour analysis done, Joe recommended it as well. A dictionary of colour combinations. Let's have a little flick through. Just cool, right? I think it starts off at 2 colour combinations and then goes 3 and then goes to 4. And I just kind of have gone through earmarked ones that I really like. I was mainly thinking about my green jumper and just ways to incorporate my green jumper. So like here, they've got a similar colour to my green jumper with a camel kind of colour, more orange here. But I was trying to find ways to wear the green jumper with things I already have. So like here, a green jumper, but with a brown and then a navy. Yeah, just finding ways here with more like a yellow, perhaps, and then a cream. Yeah, just thinking, oh, I have things like in those shades that I could make work. Yeah, I guess that would be like a light wash denim, again with the green. So yeah, just I think I mentioned this in a Substack, and then someone commented and was like, yeah, I just like flick through and it gives me ideas like when I get ready in the morning. Just like a nice reference to have, just very visually pleasing. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this monthly favourites. It's so funny. I always like sit down, I'm like, oh, I feel like I haven't got many things to talk about this month, and then proceed to talk for like 40 minutes. I've given myself a sore throat. I need to stop talking. I need to take a rest. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will link everything down below for you. I feel like there are some good uns here. There are some real good uns here. And yeah, like I said, I'm off to Copenhagen this week. So if you missed my packing video, I'll link that in the corner for you. If you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a little follow over there, because I'm sure there would have been reels, carousels, the whole shebang this week. And there's gonna be a bumper Substack today. Like today's Substack is gonna be good. It's like everything I wore this week outfit diary. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I normally tend to put it up 8 o'clock-ish. I have to like write it when we put the little man to bed. Anyway, I hope you guys have had a good month, and I will see you very soon. Bye.